I'm Sarah. Welcome to Mission Propagation. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. It's so nice to have you. I wanted to just show, I guess, a plant haul of the plants that I got over the month of January. And then I want to highlight some of the planters that I was able to get through like thrifting and at a garage sale. I feel like I hit the big time when I went to a garage sale. And it was like, I think it was the day after Christmas. So it was a very odd time to have a garage sale, but the things I got were pretty awesome. So let me show you. This one is my newest one. I had been keeping it separate, but this is the Hoya Dappled Forest. It's a proven winner's plant. And it's really pretty. I've only had it a couple of days. I've been treating it for pests and I've been keeping it separate, but I do have it in here with my new plants because I wanted to show it to y'all. I made a short about the difference between this and the Crassipediolata because I did notice that there was quite a few differences. So the Dappled Forest. Another one I picked up was the Mathilde Splash Proven Winners. I have a Mathilde that's a little bit splashy and it's getting ready to bloom. So I'm so excited. I have those little star-shaped buds that are about to open up. But this one was really nice because 90% of the leaves are splashy. And so I just couldn't pass this one up. And this is a Proven Winners Leaf Littles plant. It was $5.98. And so I like it when I can find them in the plastic pots versus the small ceramic pots because those are $9.98, but this is only $5.98. And I'm looking forward to growing this one. And I might end up potting it up with my other Mathilde eventually and just have all my Mathildes together. Okay, Mathilde Splash. This is one that I was super excited about. This is the Sansevieria Cleopatra. At one of my local nurseries, it's called Rainbow Gardens. I made a video about it a few months ago. I saw this plant for the first time. It was a very large plant. It was $80, so it was a little bit more expensive than I was willing to pay. But I like the like trailing habit of this Sansevieria. It looks like it would be small, but the one that I saw at Rainbow Gardens was really big. And I'm impressed with this plant already because I got it January the 6th. And it already has some new growth. Like this is all new. So I'm thinking that maybe this one won't be such a slow grower. I have one Sansevieria that feels like it grows pretty quickly, and it is the Moonshine. I bought that plant last year and I split it up into two plants. I recently put it back together to make just a large pot, but I think that this one, it might be a quicker grower. But what sold me on this one is that it has this copper edging around on each leaf, and then the variegation. That's just, the linear variegation is just so beautiful. I'm excited to grow this plant. And I love Sansevieria, which brings me to these two plants. I bought these yesterday. They were on the clearance aisle at Lowe's, or clearance rack in Lowe's. They were $4 each. They do have self-watering wicks in them, so I think that I might leave that. And I've never put Sansevierias in a self-watering setup, but it's time to try new things. And I think that I'll probably plant these together, and that way they can be a nice little plant. I haven't found the perfect pot that I'm going to put them in, but I'm still treating these for pests because I just got these yesterday. So Sansevieria. I'm not sure what type this one is. I need to look it up. If y'all know, please put in the comments if you know what this is. It's a Costa Farms Sansevieria. That's all it says. But this is evidently the more rosette trailing type of Sansevieria that grows that way instead of upright. Another plant that I had gotten is the Hoya Viola. This is just a 2-leaf cutting. The leaves are very sun stressed. I've ordered this one on Mercari and I got it January the 1st. So just barely into January. But I like that it has large leaves, and I do need to go ahead and pot it up in my own substrate. And I was going to put it in this cup that I put holes in. I just haven't done it yet. But I'm looking forward to growing this one. I like that the leaves are very veiny. And I've seen other YouTubers, Hoya Viola specimens, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't flower, that's okay, because I think the leaves are super cool. So since Hoyas don't bloom all the time, I do like to pick the ones that I like the leaves too. So that's Hoya Viola. And the seller from Mercari gave me a free cutting, and it was a Hoya sp australis. I already have australis that are growing great, but for a seller to give you something free, that's so sweet. And I have it rooting in my greenhouse cabinet, and it's just getting something free is really sweet. Very nice. So I'll list who that seller was in the description. Okay, here's another one that I got. I actually got this one at the same time that I got my Sansevieria Cleopatra. This is a blue oil fern. Can you see the iridescence on the leaves? In my experience, I haven't been the greatest with ferns, so I'm feeling like this one is going to be, it definitely is thicker. The leaves are more succulent-like. And I watched a video a few days ago that these will get like pollen on the back of them and they'll make a mess. So we'll see what happens, but so far it seems like it's doing really well. And I think that it's definitely different than any other fern that I've had. And I love that the leaves have this iridescence to them that makes them look almost fake. It's very whimsical. I'm all about the whimsy. This is a whimsical plant. Now, I did make a video recently where I went to the store, to Home Depot, and got a Scindapsus to pot up with my exotica that's very bald, and it has thrown runners all over the place. So I actually need to take it down. I just haven't gotten around to it because it's wound up in everything. But I want to just pot that one up with this one. I was looking for a Mount Solic. The Mount Solic leaves are said to be more like glittery silver. The variegation is like a lot more striking. This one is the Trial Collection Scindapsus Silver Splash. I still think that it's a nice looking plant. Like, I don't have any issues with it. And so I'm just going to put it together. It has some new growth already right there. And it does have like a crispy leaf here and there. I think that maybe I had it too close to the grow lights. So once I pot it up with my exotica, I think it'll be okay. I would like just a pot just full of like random Scindapsus, because I've seen, who is it? It's Emma from Good Growing. She has like a Scindapsus pot that's just full of random Scindapsus, and it looks really cool. And so that's kind of like what I'm going for. I'm just gonna maybe get some more cuttings and just pot them all together, and I think it'll look cool. But Scindapsus are really neat looking. I'm looking forward to growing that. I feel like I had another plant, but I think that must have been it. Oh, I did get these, which this is not really indoor gardening stuff, but this is just onions. I got these from Lowe's to put into my outdoor vegetable garden. Probably, I was going to say in February, but I guess in a few days I'll go ahead and start planting these in my raised planters. I wanted to get a mixed onion bunch because then I can see which onions grow best in my microclimate in my backyard. So there's these. So that was the plants. I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a cutting. So 9 new plants. That's a lot. I don't usually do that. Usually I might get just one new plant a month. But yeah, I think I had some planty fever or something. So definitely in February, I probably will not be buying any plants. But I'll probably be potting plants together. I like to do that whenever I feel like I have too many plants to like care for. I start joining them together, and then you have this like little like tropical like bouquet that just looks so beautiful. So on to planters. I'm going to show you the cutest one first. It has a little bit of water in it because I had my Hoya Viola in it. Y'all, look at this. So this was a little bit over $8. I purchased it from Mercari. Its name is Gavin, but this is the Pilsbury Doughboy. And yeah, I think it's vintage 1997. It's so weird to say that that's vintage 1997. Oh, man, makes you feel old. This is actually a sponge holder to put by the sink. And I'm using it as a planter. Mira, look at that. So it's perfect, and it's so cute. It'll be great for smaller plants. Now, the great planter that I got at Walmart. I want this in every single color. They had like a coral one, and then they had one that was like navy blue with like a turquoise on the top, and then they had a black and white one. They had purple. This is just so pretty, and it just made me so happy when I saw it. But one of the reasons is that I have quite a few pots. A lot of my pots are milk glass and white. And then I have these Target faces that I've gotten on like Mercari and at garage sales and Facebook Marketplace. I haven't ever bought one I never bought one like full price. They were always like, I had thrifted most of them. But this color, I just love this color because I like jadeite, and it's just a very vintage looking color. But when I saw this, it made me think of the planters that I got at the garage sale recently. Okay, this is them. So there was a man, he's a neighbor of mine. He said his wife made all these, and he sold it as a set. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planters, and they all are very botanically influenced. So you see this one has a little frog on it, and then it has like a little bulb, and they're just beautiful. They're all like stamped on the bottom, and yeah, just very beautiful. So there's one. I had a little plant in that one already, and then I really like this one. It has like drainage on the inside, and then it has like holes around the bottom for air circulation, and then it has these little tiny pedestals. I had my fern in this one, and that's what I've been put it back in its spot. And you see it's like all that like nice like vintage green, jade and sage, and just greens. I love greens. Here's another one. Let's see, you see the little frog? Isn't that adorable? And it has a number on the bottom. It says 46. I don't know if these are like, because he said that his wife had made them. So I don't know I think they must be inspired by a vintage type of pottery. I'll put it on the screen. When I was looking through Mercari the other day, I actually saw some bowls that looked very similar to this. They were like $50 each. These are probably just reproductions, but they're just so beautiful. Here's another one. This one has like a grape motif. That's really pretty. I really like hand-painted pottery on the ruffled edges. It's just so dainty and pretty. And then this one's probably my favorite because it has like a lily pad on it. And I love the green. It has a little chip on that flower, as you can see. And then on the bottom, it has this scallop. So you can see why when I saw this, I thought that's going to go perfectly with the planters that I just got. So I might go back and get like the pink one and maybe the blue one And I might have these as a grouping in my living room because the colors are so beautiful. And they would go with my wallpaper because my wallpaper is like a mint color with like hummingbirds and bumblebees and flowers. But just such a beautiful find. It's the man's wife had died, so he was having a garage sale and selling her stuff. That was really sad. So I really want to honor these by taking care of them and putting something beautiful, because these are definitely works of art that someone spent time creating and collecting. But anyways, I think that's all I have for today. I wanted to just show my January plant haul and the planters that I had procured in the month of January. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and enjoy all the planty things. Bye.